All right, this video is to show you how to do a double crochet. And we're going to start with the chain base again so I can show you the difference in how you do a double versus a half or a single. This is kind of where the difference in how I crochet versus most other people come in play. Most people will chain 3 extra when they're doing a double crochet. And that counts as their first double crochet. For most things, I don't like the look of it. I feel like it looks a little loose and there's too much space. So what I do instead is I chain 2 and it kind of makes it like a little floater chains hanging out there. Like, I don't know what you would call it, but I just like the look of it better. So, I don't do it for all things because some patterns actually need that to be the first stitch. So some patterns I will use the chain 3 as the first double crochet, but just for basic stitching purposes, I'm going to show you how I do it with just the chaining the 2 extra. So I've chained 12. We're going to do 10 stitches, so I've chained 12. So what we're going to do, the double crochet starts off just like the half crochet. You're going to yarn over. And then instead of starting in the first, not this loop, this is where you would start if you're doing a single or a half. You're going to go to the 3rd chain from the hook. And you're going to insert. You're going to yarn over. This is exactly like the half double. You have 3 loops on your hook. But instead of pulling through all 3 this time, what you're going to do, you're going to yarn over. You're going to pull through 2. So now you have 2 loops on your hook. Yarn over, pull through those 2. That is a double crochet. Yarn over, insert into the next, yarn over, pull through, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through the last 2. That is the second double crochet. Yarn over, insert into the 3rd chain, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through the last 2 loops. Let's do that all the way to the end. This is one of the stitches that is kind of my go-to just because it's a little longer, so it doesn't take as long to make whatever it is you're making, whether it's a blanket, a hat, a scarf, whatever. The work tends to go a little faster. Single crochet, if you haven't noticed, it's a lot shorter than that. The stitch is shorter. So this is going to get you more height, and it just goes so much faster to do it. But some things you need a tighter workspace on. So it just depends on what you're making, and honestly, like how warm you want whatever you're making to be. All right, so we've gotten to the end of our chain. So in single crochet and half double, we chain 1. But remember, in the beginning, we chain 2. This is another instance. So if you were using this first part as your first double crochet, you would chain 3 instead of chaining 2 like I do. But we're going to continue in doing the way I'm doing it. So we're going to chain 2. And then you turn. And this is your first, this is gonna be your first stitch right here. And remember to keep count. That way your work doesn't start straying and losing stitches. Yarn over, insert 3 loops on your hook, pull through 2, pull through 2. 2, 2. So you're going to do that all the way to the end. This is a perfect stitch to do hats and scarves and all that. Like, even though it looks airy, like it looks like there's a lot of space in there, it's actually really warm. I've done a lot of scarves and hats. Honestly, in blankets, I do a lot in just double crochet. I'm trying really hard not to move too much, but I'm realizing as I do this, I move both my hands a lot, so I'm sorry about that. So we're on our last stitch. And that is your double crochet.